Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a new episode of the Kevin's Fate Podcast. It's your boy Kevin Davis, and I am with two new guests who has the same name but spelled differently. So please welcome to the show, Mr. Chris and Chris.
Hello.
How you doing, guys?
Doing pretty good.
Man,
Yeah,
so I
super
gotta ask
good.
a question: is it really true everybody hates Chris? Okay, I couldn't resist that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it.
I mean, if he don't keep their wives' names out his mouth, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. I do what I can to make sure that everybody doesn't hate Chris. So, sometimes it still happens, but like, okay.
But let's get into the nitty gritty. Tell us a bit about who Chris and Chris is, and how did you guys start your company?
You did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And can you give the genesis of how this started and who you guys are?
All right.
I'll let you go first.
We're really good at this signaling each other thing. So I have been a lifelong comic book fan, and I have a degree in broadcasting. This has always been the thing that I enjoy doing. It started radio. I've had a bunch of different internet radio shows. I've been on broadcast radio. And then the show that I was doing, I got canceled. And so I was like, well, I need a new outlet. I love comics. I love punk rock. Why not do a show about both? And I didn't expect it to be anything because none of my other stuff had ever really been anything. And within, 6 months, I had a ton of guests booked out. I had more of a social media following than I had with anything else. And one of those people was Chris. And so he reached out because I was always talking with the indie creators on my show, Longbox Punk, about their process and making comics and all that stuff. And it was always, that'd be really nice, but I don't have it. I don't know where to start. I can't draw. I don't know how to get an artist. And every artist I've talked to is like, yeah, it's $150 a page for sequential. And I'm like, bro, I'm broke. Like, what are you talking about? And so it just never was a thing that I thought was going to happen. And then Kay reached out to me and he was like, hey, you keep talking about making a comic and I'm an artist and I want to make comics. Do you want to make comics? And so we had a real awkward first FaceTime where we got on FaceTime together and it was like, comics, huh? And we just smashed the ice on the table and said, all right, the ice is broken. Let's get into it. And that was 2 years ago? 2.5?
Just about, yeah.
So,
Yep.
we did issue 0 of Barricade Brigade last year. We ran that on Kickstarter in June. We more than tripled our goal, which is insane. It was really received well. A lot of people really enjoyed the punk zine vibe of it because we did digest size. Oh yeah, props. Yeah.
Nice.
So we kept it digest size because, it's essentially an ash can, but it's also a complete story in 8 pages. So
Wow.
we did that.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we kept hitting different stretch goals. And so it was like we kept having to come up with different stretch goals, which was fun.
Was wild.
Yeah. It just was the coolest. So that's forever been our flagship title. And both being named Chris, I was like, okay, so if I spell it with a CH and you spell it with a K, what about CHK Comics? And he was like, yeah, what about CHK Comics? And here we are. So he whipped up the Rock Hands logo that we put on all of our releases. And here we are. So we did a horror anthology earlier this year. We worked with 15 creators, 3 cover artists, and none of them were seasoned veterans of the indie comic community, which was super intentional. We fulfilled AHA just 3 weeks before we launched Barricade Brigade 1 on July 4th. So,
yep.
Woo.
Yeah,
That is
we
amazing.
just hit our minimum funding goal for Barricade Brigade 1, which I'm super excited about. It honestly was like a really big sigh of relief of like finally hitting funding. And now we've got some really cool like book upgrades that we've got planned for stretch goals that we're hoping to unlock in the remaining 8, 7, 8, whatever days left.
Yeah.
So I think that probably answered the question, but I don't know that I hit all of it. So
Actually, you did.
okay.
You actually did. Like you actually did. Look, like, let's get the other Chris's side of the story now. You know, there's two sides of the story. Okay, two sides of the story.
Always.
Always two sides. So yeah, also like Chris grew up, honestly started with a love of the Ninja Turtles animated series back in the 80s. From there I jumped into their Archie comics series, and then I found the X-Men. And then my life has never been the same. I had always drawn. Like even as a little kid, I would just fill notebooks with just dumb little drawings and like what can I do here? Like I think I could do this, and I think, and it's really funny. Like I remember one time I was like, I don't even like football, and I was like, I think I can draw a football, but if I do it with angles, and I essentially what I was doing, which is hilarious because it now ties into my grown up life of being an engineer. What I was doing was drawing out calculus, and if I had just kept going with the number of angles, it would have been a great looking football. But I stopped,
Nerd.
and it looks more like one of the rupees on Legend of Zelda.
Ah,
Exactly.
dude.
Here, take this with you.
I knew I would like you guys. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew.
So yeah, fast forward, I had a big gap in reading comics, a big gap in drawing anything. Went to school later in life, and just family and finances, and was just busy. So like, but now I'm back in it, and I love reading, I love drawing, I love picking apart what makes a book work, even because there's just so many different great things that people do that other people don't do because it's so individual.
Hell yeah, dude. I tell everyone that's been on my show, I did not grow up reading comics whatsoever.
Okay.
I didn't discover comics until 2020 in the COVID era.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I knew like the animation, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the X-Men animation, the Spider-Man animation,
Mm-hmm.
like the Marvel, like the MCU Marvel movies and shows, and like even like with the DC and like the Hellboy. Like I knew the live actions and the animations.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when in the COVID era, I got so bored with media. I was like, I don't want my brain to rot. I want to get into something else. And, like I grew up reading novels like the Percy Jackson, the Harry Potter,
Yeah.
Mhm.
C.S. Lewis, the Tolkien, like even James
Yes.
Patterson, a random author I chose to read.
Yeah. Patterson's
And-
great.
Right? I love his books. Oh my god. Sorry, random tangent.
Nope. We're good.
But 2020, for some reason, I just chose to get on TikTok because it was very popular during the COVID era. No one was doing anything. I was like, okay, well, let me see what the crap this TikTok thing is.
Mhm.
And so Marvel and DC popped up on my TikTok For You page. And I was like, I was expecting like a movie trailer, or like, all right, are we getting some new movies now? I'm like, is the COVID over? No, it was talking about books. I'm just like, what the hell is this comic book thing they're talking? Is this something new or something? And so I went to their website and I see this plethora of stories of books that I'm like, I'm not a true nerd because I did not know any of this existed since ever. Because I need my nerd card taken because how the hell did I miss this my entire life? Like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And so I'm always like physical media. I'm always physical media, but I'm like, this is my first time learning about this. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, so I bought some digital properties because this is my 1st time reading it.
Sure.
And so of course I knew the Spider-Mans. So because I grew up on Spider-Man, I went to him first. That's how I fell in love with like the Black Cat character. I learned Miles Morales, Spider Noir,
Yeah.
and what is it, Spider-Man thing or Man thing? I forgot that character name. When Spider-Man turns into like a full-fledged creature.
Like the man spider.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the name of that freak? Thank you. I knew somebody
Yeah.
could get it. Because I suck at names. And I went to like my favorite characters like Captain America, Thor, Black Panther, and I went to like read the Secret Wars book since they're
Yeah.
going to bring on Secret Wars in 2027. I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck about to happen? And I
Yeah.
read that book. I'm like, it's too early for this. This is a massive event. Like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And like with this multiverse saga, it felt so sluggy and felt like I was like, this is too early. You're going way too fast because this is a massive event. Like, how the hell
Mm-hmm.
did we lead to this? But then again, I trust the Russo brothers. They've been doing a good job.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fine. Okay, Marvel. Okay, I trust you since you brought the Russos back. And ever since then, I fell in love with comics. And then I got like the question, can I do my own? And then my brain just started clicking. I was like, what if I can tell my own story? Then I was like, wait, should I? So like the imposter syndrome starts to sneak in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, you know what? I can do this. So I spent like a good 2.5, 3 years studying the style of comic books to learn how to write it, how people do it, how to produce it, how to market it. And then my first comic, Arc Fighter, came out around 2024. I think it was now.
Okay.
By 2024. And so I'm 2 issues in on that book so far. About to get part 3 into production soon. So I'm like, okay, so I think I got my nerd card back. Now I can understand
Yeah.
the comic book world now, and like now I understand what people say. That character's not like he or she is in the comics. And like for years, I'm like, what the fuck is that? But I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Yeah.
But now reading the comics and I'm legit rewatching the entire MCU since this Doomsday trailer came out, and like now I actually understand the characters from the comics, and then I'm rewatching the movies, and like they are completely different. Why did they change this certain character? I'm like, what the? I'm like, so it was a very interesting process. And was there like a particular like comic series or like movie or show that really made you want to be a writer or like creator of your own comic world?
X-Men.
Hell yeah.
Just across the board X-Men, from the Claremont era, because I was reading classic X-Men as a kid, to Jim Lee, into the Kuberts doing the art with just a variety of writers. Fabian Nicienza on X-Force. We're skipping the first 12 issues of that book on purpose. No one likes triangle feet.
Listen. Listen, I'm a sucker for all of the 90s, like gimmicky, just the dumb shit that everybody was doing. I think there's a certain charm about triangle feet and broken back anatomy and chests that are 47 inches forwards on Captain America. Like I think
Who's the best Captain America ever?
I think it's charming.
But yeah, that X-Men hands down for me, just across the board.
Yeah.
There's so many good eras.
I would definitely say X-Men for sure. I also would say Shadow Man from Valiant Comics, because that for me was a series that like I grew up reading as much as X-Men. And like all of the Valiant comics from the 90s era when everybody was making comics all the time. But yeah, I loved Shadow Man, and for me that was like, it was dark. He was a jazz musician that could use magic, and there were these Loa, and like he was just doing so many cool things. There was a crossover comic with Aerosmith, even though at the time I was like, Aerosmith? Really?
Yeah.
But like I was able then a couple of years ago when I met Bob Hall, who like wrote that comic, he told me about meeting Aerosmith because of that comic. And they're like, yeah, like you're the guy that put us in the book. And like they brought him backstage at one of their shows and he hung out with them in the green room. And I was like, all right, I have a little bit more. I guess it's okay that you did Aerosmith over literally any other band. But yeah, that for me, because it was like, it wasn't just a Spider-Man hero where like you feel good after you read it. You know, there were issues of Shadow Man that after you read it, you're like, was that okay? Like, that was really dark. Like, we're talking about death and murder and souls going to hell and like all sorts of that side of things that a lot of Marvel wouldn't even touch at the time.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, no, comics are for kids and that's okay. And Valiant was like, we're an independent publisher and we're going to take chances and make books that are about more than just superheroes, which we have too, but like it was always a darker and like the magic always got to me. I've always loved magic. I'm really good at my suspension of disbelief and going to a magic show. I don't want to know how it's done. I don't want to know, whatever the exposing the secrets behind magic. You're probably too young to remember that show, but like that came on after a magic show. Like there was a magician that had his own show on regular network TV. And literally right after was a How the Magic is Done show where they exposed the secrets of magicians. And so if you just were like in the living room with your parents watching the TV and it just went to that and they didn't change the channel because they were talking, suddenly you're seeing secrets of the tricks that you just saw. And so I was like, wait, magic's not real? And like, so damn that show for the guy with the mask for exposing those things. But I would love to just suspend my disbelief and be like, yeah, magic is real. Like ghosts and the supernatural and paranormal are real. The government confirmed that aliens are real, and that didn't drastically change everybody's life like I thought it should. And so it just like, I don't know. I think it's more freeing to let go of like the judgy, because I know that there's the fans. You mentioned the difference between comics and movies. I love having that conversation because I do know all of the lore from the books, and also I can recognize that the movies are different, and like that's okay, because if it was exactly what the book was, why do I need that in a movie? I already read that in the book. Give me something different. Like I don't want it to be exactly the same, because then I'm not surprised. I also don't watch any trailers because they give away a lot of stuff. And then because I know the background, I then take these like things that might be throwaway or they don't even think about in the trailers. And then I'm suddenly like, everything is Mephisto. Like when WandaVision was happening, the first season, they're like, there's a moth that lands on the lamp in the living room, and Mephisto has been known to take the shape of the moth, so that's Mephisto. We're getting Mephisto. And it was like, no, not even a little. But I'm that, like, knowing the lore and stuff, that's part of the fun for me, is thinking about what the movie could be. And then if the movie comes out and it's like, no, it's just a moth. No, that thing over there, that was just that thing. That wasn't Mephisto either. It can be kind of a letdown, and I don't want to be let down by Marvel movies. Like, I want to have fun watching them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're supposed to be fun.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the Doomsday trailer. I don't know anything about Doomsday, but I do have a really fun theory if you wanted to go down a Doomsday tangent.
That's going to happen. That's why I mentioned it.
Great.
Because I actually watched the trailer like 100 times now. I will say that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been excited to watch a Marvel movie. I'm not going to lie, but I'm very excited to see brand new day Spider-Man. I watched every single trailer. I don't know why, but probably because I'm very excited to see Spider-Man. Even though I try my best to like stay away from but my curiosity always wins, so I still watch the trailers. But in the theory about Sadie Sink's character, yes, this is a tangent, by the way, who's watching this, by the way, because I'm going off topic for a second. But like the theory of Sadie Sink about her character, they've been so secretive about her, and it's like they announced her for Secret Wars, so it's very interesting. It's like it wouldn't make sense for her to be Jean Grey because her and Spider-Man don't really have a connection in this type of story. I'm like, so that wouldn't make sense. And like obviously everybody's like, oh, it's Jean Grey. I was like, no, it's not. So I was like, it's somebody else. And like it would totally make no type of sense to be Jean Grey. And it was like I legit like to research like different type of character I could think could be her character. And I know someone said one character, Jack Spot, I think it was called. I think they said it could be Jack Spot or shoot. It was so many different character names. I keep forgetting them off the top of my head. It's so many characters that people are. It keeps going back to Jean Grey. I'm like, it can't be Jean Grey. And then Tom Holland on record said Jean Grey is not in the movie, but people don't trust him because he also said Andrew and Toby wasn't in the movie. So I was like, we can't really go with your word, but then again, it still would not make any type of sense that it would be Jean Grey. So I'm hoping Marvel does not be stupid to have it be Jean Grey. And looking at the trailer and looking at her outfit, that does not say Jean Grey whatsoever. It says a completely different character. Like, I think sport. I'm like, I am a big like villain guy. I'm not gonna lie. Depends on the villain. I will say that. Disclaimer: depends on the villain.
Sure.
Like I'm a big Venom fan because I am a horror fantasy writer. So when you talk about that comic, I'm like, is this okay? I was like, I went to sleep perfectly after reading that. I
Yeah.
probably need therapy because somebody might think I'm a psychopath. But I just love those darker stories because
Yeah.
one, I'm like, I'm such a horror fan. Like I love like the alien story, like a tangent again. Halloween, Freddy Krueger, Jason, The Thing, and so many other movies I can name. But I'm gonna get back on topic for a second.
Well,
But
what are your top 3 horror movies?
you had to ask that question. Damn it.
Of course I do. Yeah, I'm also a horror person.
top
I have to
3?
ask.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, top 3. You had to say top 3. My top 3 would probably be Evil Dead, The Thing, and Alien.
Okay,
Yeah. Well,
that's solid.
Alien is technically science
That's a
fiction.
good
Well,
list.
Alien is science
It can be
fiction.
both.
Sorry, I mean, it's yeah. So yeah, Evil Dead, Thing, and Alien is my top 3.
Nice.
And if I had top 5, it'd be Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween, and 5 would be Halloween.
Okay.
Okay.
Really sticking with like 80s horror.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much,
Okay.
Yeah, I might be 26, but I grew up on old school everything. So
That's perfect.
I was like, so I gravitate towards a lot of the old, like even like in music wise, I go back to the old school music because I mean, if you ask me what music is happening in my generation, I would not be able to tell you because I don't listen to anybody in my generation. That's what my sister always says that I'm an honorary millennial because I act just like her.
Perfect.
So I'm
Fair.
saying I can't tell you who. I'm like, who is this guy? He might be my age, but I don't know who the hell he is. Like, who is this shit? I was like, and I listen to the music. I'm like, this is trash. I'm going back to the real music from the 80s and the 90s and even the 70s, for God's sakes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going back to Doomsday, I know like a little bit about the Doomsday character. I'm pretty sure you know more than I do. Since you talk about theories,
Yeah.
Can you give us like a background, like who is Doomsday? The
Yeah.
movie's called Doomsday, but who is Doom? Who
I
is
was gonna say
Victor Von
Doomsday is the guy that killed Superman, so we can
Right,
talk
I'm like,
about
right.
him too.
I mean, wrong universe.
Ooh,
I mean, who is
crossover
Doom?
movie.
Like, who is Doom? And because I've seen like some of the debates, I'm like, okay, Doom. Like, the people say Doom is not that very powerful villain to like
That's not true.
catch Thor with 2 fingers. Oops, I just spoiled the trailer, but who cares? It's out there anyway. With 2 fingers when he's gonna hit him with the Stormbreaker. I was like, I know a little bit of Doom. I know he's powerful, but I don't know his full story. Because I'm like I said, it's a lot of comics I have to catch up on. But you know more than I do, so please give us like an insight of like who Victor Von Doom is and how powerful he is.
Do you want that, Kay? Or do
My
you want me to
sideways
take
for
it?
y'all too.
Yes.
Yeah, you are sideways.
That's hilarious.
I
There.
thought he was in the Matrix for a second there.
I know.
No.
It's like, how do
I just wanted to see what it felt like.
So,
Man. Yeah,
Um,
go for it, because
I was gonna
I
say,
am not
jump in at any
as
point.
familiar. Yeah, I'll just plug in where I can.
Great.
Okay.
So Victor Von Doom, and it's been retconned so many times that like details. Essentially, Von Doom was best friends with Reed Richards. He also got exposed to the solar rays that gave the Fantastic Four their powers. But Von Doom got more of like a mystical and like supernatural powers that then because he was so obsessed with having the power and was mad that the Fantastic Four got so great of powers, he also is like the Emperor of Latveria and will do anything to protect the people of Latveria. Everybody outside of that country sees him as this dictator and this terrible ruler. Everybody inside of that country sees him as a hero and someone that needs to be well venerated and respected. So, because he'll do whatever, including like just mass genocide, to protect Latveria. But through
I'm sorry. I just became a big fan of Doom now. He just said that like I'm a villain guy. It's like if you think I'm a psychopath, I have gotten therapy. Do not worry, I'm not a psychopath.
Okay, I gotta ask, did you read any of One World Under Doom?
Yeah, that's on my list.
Oh man, you should get the trade of just the main 9
just the main
comics.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many
What's the title
tie-in.
again?
One World Under Doom.
Okay.
Ryan North wrote it. It's so good. Doom is who you want as a political leader.
He does what he says
Healthcare.
he's going to do.
Yeah, healthcare, protection, peace. It becomes a world of plenty.
Interesting.
Yeah, but also like he can kind of be megalomaniacal. There's that word,
Yes.
megalomaniacal. Shit, that's a 7-syllaber.
Jesus Christ, too many syllables. Good Lord.
I like words. But like so there's one arc. I think it was the Battle Worlds, where he was referred to as God Doom, and like had Thanos as like a pet slave because he's
Holy
that
smokes.
damn powerful. So like for anybody to say that he can't stop, it doesn't surprise me that he stopped Stormbreaker with 2 fingers. Like, he's Doom. Of course he did. He's kind of a big threat. And the more, especially the way that the MCU was leaning into the mystic realms, like Doom teaches himself how to do everything that Doctor Strange can do. Like he can use the mystic arts. He becomes a master of that. He is also like wicked smart too, not at the Reed Richards level, but he's up there. So like he knows how to build himself whatever. He creates Doombots that basically like are his minions and do whatever he tells them to do. A theory that I really enjoy is we haven't seen the true Doom on screen yet. They've all just been Doombots because they all just play the part of Doctor Doom, but none of them are actually Doctor Doom. And my wild fan theory is RDJ being announced as Doctor Doom is totally a ruse. It's all a work. Yes, he might be Earth 616's Doom, but in Doomsday, either at the beginning where RDJ is
he's not 616 Doom. He's the Fantastic Four's first steps Doom.
Great. Okay, even better.
He's the 828 Doom.
Even better. So he's the 828 Doom. He comes to 616 and is like, I've got all the power. I'm Doom. And then 616's Doom says, the fuck you do, and annihilates him. And then we don't have to deal with RDJ being Doctor Doom because I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he can be menacing enough to be Doctor Doom. And so I want it, like, I think it got eyes on MCU. It got people excited and it got people talking about it like we are right now. And like, it can also totally just be a work. And like, they kill him off with the real one true Doom, who then goes on forward from here. Much like when they were announcing, and I missed all of the trailers showing like Peggy Carter coming back in the Multiverse of Madness. And when they had like John Krasinski as Reed Richards and they brought back Sir Patrick Stewart as Professor X, like all of that was just a ruse. Like, yeah, they gave it to us, but then Wanda killed all 4 of them.
That was a fan ruse.
It was purely like, okay, you've been talking about it. Here it is. It got people talking. It got butts in seats. It got them ticket money. And then they killed everybody within like 4 seconds. So why not do the same thing with RDJ? They've already proved they can do it. And with the secrecy of Marvel and the MCU and Kevin Feige's lying ass, like, why not do it? That's my hope, because I don't want RDJ to be Doom. I want somebody else to be Doom. Like, literally anybody else. But that's my, like, and part of why I'm not watching any trailers is because I hope that happens. And I hope that's how it goes. Because then, like, 616's Doom could be the, like, God-level Doom. And if he comes out in the all-white suit, like, game on, man. No Avenger is going to touch him. Like, he's just going to annihilate everybody.
Yeah, I will say with the Doomsday trailer, they actually showed just enough. They didn't know how to show another trailer at all. But they showed Shang-Chi and Gambit fight. They literally just showed the trailer that was shown months back at whatever the Disney event was. So the description you read, that's exactly what the trailer is. And
nice.
You can just leave it right there. Don't show anything else. You already got my money. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. Do not show me anything else. I'm like, I want to be surprised. I want to go sit my butt at a theater. I don't care who's next to me. I'm watching the freaking movie.
Yep.
I was like, I don't care if it's 3 hours long. I'm gonna be a freaking kid because this is the first time in a while I've been excited to see a Marvel movie. Well, second time because Spider-Man came first, but second time in a while, I want to see a Marvel movie because with this multiverse saga, it's been, like I said at the beginning of the show, it's been very sluggy. It's been like disconnected, and I'm like, I'm like, first of all, how is I'm like, Shang-Chi, his movie came out 5 years ago, and his first big villain is Doom. I was like, bro, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, whoo, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope you don't die because
Which-
I still want that sequel.
Right?
But
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because that first one was so good.
It was sick.
So
Oh my
good.
God.
It got slept on too. Like, I never heard anyone talk about it.
Yeah,
Never.
I still talk about it. I mean, it might be 5 years later. I still talk about that freaking movie.
It was
That makes
so
me
good.
more excited for Spider-Man because the guy who did Shang-Chi directed the new Spider-Man. I'm like,
Okay.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, Destin directed this Brand New Day. You could tell because look at the style of the new Spider-Man. It's such more serious, and the action sequences look so freaking like Shang-Chi.
That's like
action
Shang-Chi.
sequences.
Yeah.
I can't say Shang-Chi. I think it's Shang-Chi. But
Yeah.
I'm like, but and didn't I hear Jackie Chan actually train the choreographers and
Oh,
did the
hell
fight
yeah.
scenes on Brand New Day? And I was like, holy fuck! I was like, you already got my money, but damn.
Yeah.
I have to see this 500 times now. So you can Jackie Chan. But let me get off a tangent for a second. Let's get you guys' Kickstarter that's going. I want to make sure I get this promoted right quick. We'll get back to this, but let me promote you guys right now. Barricade Brigade? Brigade is on Kickstarter right now, guys. We'll get back to the tangent in a minute, but let me make sure I plug this in. Because we can talk about Marvel and stuff all day, but let's get to some punk rock horror. Ooh, punk rock horror. I'm sold already. I need to buy this book. But tell us a bit about what this story is, and yeah, let's go from there. And so, the floor is yours, guys.
Take
You're pointing at me.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I've talked enough. I went on.
A Barricade Brigade. Barricade Brigade is a book about the punk band Hot Watermelon at the beginning of Zero, the issue that we're both holding in our hands. They are getting ready to go on their first little tour, and their manager slash roadie slash friend Five is going to record the whole thing, and they get done with their first show at Wilma's, their favorite local venue, and they find out that, hey, there's this corporate guy that's been there this whole time, and he is trying to buy the place out. They decide that they're not going to have it. They call him out when they see him in the alley trying to sabotage the place. Find out that corporate monsters are, in fact, monsters.
No subtext at all.
Yeah, no subtext to the world that we're living in
Nice.
at all, and where corporations are literally destroying so many things in our lives.
Heck yeah.
So, Barricade Brigade Chapter 1 picks up after this full story,
Okay.
literally, like you could turn the page. If we were to do an omnibus, you could literally go from the last page of Zero, flip it open, and you're in the first 2-page spread of Barricade Brigade Chapter 1. And then we've got 86 pages of just absolute mayhem and back matter on how all this came to be. And we've got love in this story. We've got community. We've got punks. We've got taking care of the oppressed. We've got standing up for each other. We've got standing up with each other. We've got powers. We've got space. We've got aliens. We got shape shifting. We got so many things.
Shifting, hell yes.
We got a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of stuff in this. So you get, in this book, you're getting 86 pages of story about Hot Watermelon. And then, because we have rad people that we've gotten to work with, we have another 20 pages that is a follow-up to Artifacts, which was in Aha. I bet Chris has that close at hand.
Sure
That
do.
was done by Evan Johnston, and he's doing another 20 pages. So you're actually getting
So we're getting 100 something pages now.
Yeah, so now you're getting 108 pages of interior work
Hell yeah.
for $20 plus shipping to anywhere in
Mm-hmm.
the world.
That's a good freaking deal.
Right?
Yeah, yeah,
I back a lot of indie comics on
Uh,
Kickstarter, and I've seen floppies that are going for 18. We're
yep,
giving you 116 pages for $20. That's thicker than this guy. Like, I thought
yep.
Aha was thick at what, 72 or something?
I think it was right at 80,
And so now we're
somewhere around there.
adding almost 30 more pages on top of that.
Yeah,
Come on now.
dude.
yeah,
Guys,
108 pages.
that's watching this video, the link to this Kickstarter is in the description of this video. While you're watching us have a tangent, make sure you go buy this book.
That's right.
This is a good freaking deal. Oh my god, hell yeah! But
Yeah.
continue.
So we've had the story done for a while. We did AHA after we got the writing all done. I'm about 30 pages into the art right now.
Hell yeah!
Evan's working hard at getting artifacts worked on. He's been working on a bunch of character design stuff because he's got a bunch more characters he's introducing. Um, Actually, if you keep scrolling, that right there, that is the first 2-page spread.
This
So
one here.
literally, that's where you're going. Yep.
Wow.
Right after. Nope. There it is. Right after this panel
Yep.
Wow.
where they splorch the monster, and then they're like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And then
And
bam, that page, that
Yep.
splash, and they're now running away. You can see the goopy mess behind
Yep.
band as they're running away.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Hell yeah.
Yeah. The big difference here is I do pencils and inks traditionally still. I, s- I hand colored and hand lettered Barricade Brigade Zero.
Oof, that
I
is a
don't know
lot
that
of
I
work
will
to
ever
do.
do that again. That was a lot of work.
Oof, that's a headache just thinking about it, and you actually do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There's
Original
page
page
one.
one, fully colored. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lunatic.
This is exactly why I just want to go off on a tangent right quick. This is why you do not take artists for granted because they do badass stuff like this. And that's also why I got into storytelling and creating my own world because I keep hearing so many stories about how these corporations mistreat artists.
Hmm.
And like in hearing about you doing this, you did this hand painted and everything,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, God, damn.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
and
I used to draw when I was a kid, but like I do like simple like a car, a guitar, a football, a random Scooby Doo drawing I did when I was a kid. And but at first I wanted to, and I wanted to study like drawing a comic myself. And then I thought
Hmm.
about it. I was like, fuck no, I'd rather just pay somebody. I'll write it. I'll just pay somebody
it's fair.
that actually knows how to break down what I wrote and actually put it into the panels. And I was like, I can't. I mean, I don't feel like writing and putting it in art. I was like, I might just go politely go save up money and pay an artist to do this
Mhm.
because, good lord, that's a headache by itself.
Yeah. So
And
one of the
and
like cool things that we did was Kay and I would get together on FaceTime, and as I would like do the bulk of the scripting, there were definitely times that I was like, "Hey, in this scene or in this moment, like, what the hell should be happening?" And then he'd be like, "Oh
yeah,
yeah," and contribute into it, and then I would work that in for the scripting. But there are literally pages in our script that are just like, I don't know, a bunch of monsters. Have fun. Like
Yeah.
that's the description that I gave him
oh my god,
because
I
as
feel
we were scripting, like we were talking about it. So I think there's
yeah,
one page that I'm like, hey, remember that thing that we talked about with the banana peel? That goes here. And it's like, okay, reading it now, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I hope he
dude,
remembers.
dude, I feel so
Surely I will.
seen. I feel so seen because that's how me and my artists collaborate. I write like a full draft and I send it to my artist, and it was like legit panels. I say, um, monster fighting this and doing this and that. But
Yeah.
you figure out how to do the panel because I don't know how to do panels.
Yep.
Like,
It's like,
I was
I'd
like,
go for it.
if you need to like split the panel or split the page, I'll pay extra. I don't care. I just want to get this out of my head.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's literally how I go about my writing my scripts and collaborate with my artists. And then there are times when my artists read the script. Like one of my scripts, I wrote a zombie saga called Terminus Cortex City. So teaser right there coming down the pipeline. Like one of my 100 books I'm coming down the pipeline down the road. He him and the guy who does pencils inks and he has a partner that does the color and lettering. They both text me after reading the script and they said, "Dude, your brain is freaking terrifying." And they said, "Dude, do you plan on publishing this when you finish production?" I said, "Yeah, I have my own publishing company." And they was like, "Hell yeah," because they felt like this is like the best thing they have ever read, better than any mainstream story. And they say it's better than The Walking Dead. I'm like, why the crap you give me that much pressure on my shoulders, bro? Good Lord.
Right.
I'm a newcomer. Like,
Thank
thank you for the
you.
compliment.
And
But
also,
dang.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ. And like they pitched me like ideas. I'm like, hey, can we do it this way? Because it will flow out this way better. I was like, as long as it goes with the story, have at it.
yeah.
Like have at it. You know the art more than I do. I just gave you the words to put into the freaking thing. I
Yep.
was like, if you need to take out something, just let me know. As long as it just flows with the storyline I'm telling. How's that? How I'm like, so I give my artists like creative freedom. Just let me know that if you want to do something, let me know first, so I can see if it goes with the story.
Yeah.
Then I'll say yes or no. I'll say maybe, but it might work this way. And see if you can incorporate that with your idea, so we can make sure it still structures with the storyline I'm telling with the comic.
Yeah.
And I've legit been told by my other artists, and you get like, other artists, like I gave them a challenge, and they love it so much because I get to challenge their art style and to do something they've never done before. I was like, really? I'm just like, I'm a new freaking comic. You telling me this? Like,
Yeah.
really?
That's
And,
That's
awesome.
and
fantastic.
and like the artists love drawing my monsters, and because I'm like, dude, you're giving us some monsters, hell yeah. And and I was like, dude, your brain is terrifying, and I love it. I'm just like, I probably need therapy after we finish this, but
Nah, making
Uh,
comics is way cheaper than therapy.
Yeah.
it's true though. That's why making comics is my therapy, and writing is my therapy. So,
Yep.
but yeah, and I've been told like my brain is crazy. Like even like when people that just read my writing before they see the art, there's like, dude, I love, and they tell me that how they love the twists I put into my characters and how my story flow with it and everything. I'm like, that is like the best compliment ever. Especially I've only been in the industry for 4 years,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've only been for 4 years, and you give me this type of praise. I'm like, that puts a lot of pressure on my freaking shoulders, by the way. But
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Okay, enough of me having a tangent. Let's get back to you guys. But tell us more about Barricade Brigade, and also, what made you guys want to put like punk and monsters and sci-fi into the story? Like how, like, was that like the always the idea, or like did that kind of like come together while you was making the story?
So when we had that initial FaceTime after our very awkward "So comics, huh?"
Uh-huh.
It immediately was like, okay, well, what kind of story should we tell? Like, what do you enjoy? What do I enjoy? Where do those Venn diagram overlap? And like, what's in that middle section? That's our story. And it was like, well, we both love X-Men, so
Mhm.
we're talking weird. We both love horror comics, so we're obviously talking monsters. We're both DIY punks, so like obviously giant middle finger to big corporations. What if we had a punk band? Because that fits. And what
Mhm.
if they were fighting some like the corporate monsters? And then it was like, ooh, what if they're real monsters, but they're like shapeshifters? And we don't know that until like the last, 2 pages or something. And so it just kind of, it honestly like really organically just kind of spun where
Yeah.
I would say something, he would top it, I would top it, he would top it, I would top it, he would top it, and then we had our story idea.
Yeah.
Creating a comic book is kind of like making a movie because it
Yeah.
takes a collaboration
Yep.
hmm
to do it, and I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about that much. Like especially how expensive it can get with making comics, like from the writing to the getting the artist to the printing to the marketing, and
Yeah.
like how you guys' process going through that? I mean, you finish the book, then you have to go to the market. and then you have to like get people interested. Like, can you like break down how you go through that process after you finish the book? Because I feel like that's not talked about enough,
Yeah.
especially for like newcomers that's coming into the industry.
Yep.
I mean, I wish I knew this before I started, so I just wanted to hear from you guys, like how do you deal with that process?
Do you want that, Kay?
Yeah, I'll go with that. So we didn't start talking about the book publicly until, golly, you announced that we were doing the book on your show on a Wednesday night box talk.
Yep.
Um,
In like
but it was like,
February.
yeah, it was like 4 months before we even started the Kickstarter
Yeah. But it was
campaign.
also like 3 months after we had started planning the story.
Yes,
Really?
Yeah.
yes. So we had a lot done already that way, and we kept it that way to allow us to know what was going on
Yep.
with the story, to be able to do our essentially our first pitches of something that was truly ours. Um, so we started doing that. While we were doing that, and before the campaign, I was looking at quotes for printing at multiple places. We got a quote we felt good with. Um, once, I mean, we did a bunch of podcasts at the beginning of that. We had a
Yep.
bunch of people just come out to support um, because they knew Chris. I mean, frankly, that was where a lot of the support came from, because I
Yeah.
was brand new to the indie comic community. No one knew me. Um,
Yeah. And I had been
just
doing the show for a year and a half at that point.
yeah,
So I had already had, close to
Attraction.
like 75, 80 different creators on the show.
right.
And so by the time that we went to launch it, like if you go back and look, if I go back and look at the backer list, like 90% of the people that backed that first book, I have talked to face, whether it was on my
Hmm.
show, on their show, in person. Like we had a lot of friends and family show up because it
Yep.
was our first time making a comic. Like
Hmm.
this is like a lifelong dream for sixth grade little Christopher.
Yep.
And so for me now to like have the thing of like, this came out of my brain, right? Like there's nothing that compares to opening the box that has like comic impressions or print ninja or whoever you're using, and you open it up and there's like stacks of your book just sitting there poly wrapped, all happy to see you. Like
Hmm.
it's the best thing ever. There's no drug that compares to the high that will give you. And so like with the podcast thing, I do want to mention, because I struck upon this accidentally and then I was like, no, that's perfect. This experience for creators going on other people's podcasts gives you a chance to practice your pitch. Like I only knew how to talk about my book when I started vending at conventions, because I had been on shows where they're like, what's your book about? Like, tell us about it. Why does it matter to you? Why are
Hmm.
you the person to write it? Suddenly at a table, I knew how to say the elevator pitch in like a single sentence. I knew how to talk about why it mattered to me. I knew how to talk about where it came from. And then depending on how interested or not interested they were, I can answer a bunch of other questions because I've answered them already. Like we went on a bunch of different shows and we're trying
Yep.
to do a bunch of different shows this time. So thank you for having us on to
Yes.
allow us to just continue to hone in on like how we pitch our book, because we're definitely not done doing shows. We're definitely not done vending at different conventions. If
Hmm.
anything, it's getting more and more ramped up now that we've got more than an 8-page ash can to put on our table.
Yep.
And so it's like those are the things that new creators right out of the gate don't know about. Right?
Hmm.
Like you have to be, even if you're not a people person, you have
I'm
to
one of
get
them.
comfortable talking to people.
Yep.
Like you
But
have to.
as as a person that's not a people person, I was there. I
Hmm.
started doing podcasts in 2024 when I brought my first comic out. It took me a minute to get comfortable because I knew how to talk to people.
Yeah.
I'm very deeply introverted.
Yep.
But the more I got into it, the more I started to fall in love with it. And then as of August 2025, I started my own podcast. So as of August this year, it'll be my first full year as a podcaster myself.
Nice.
And I've learned so much from it. You know, so that's why in a posting episode on like my social, I was like, I hope you're not tired of me yet because I have another one. And the comments be so funny. It's like, damn, hell, do you sleep? I was like, yes, I do actually.
Sometimes.
I got a full
actually do.
45 minutes.
Right, literally. I was like,
Real.
I've gotten better at sleeping though, so I do sleep. And they's like, dude, Kev, like they compared me to somebody else. Damn, if you don't see Laura, you're gonna see Kevin. If you don't see Kevin, you're gonna see this person.
Yeah.
And then I remember one day I did not go live on my live stream show. Somebody messaged me and said, "Are you okay?" I was like, I was like, "Yes, I'm just on a break right now.
Yeah.
I'm on a break right now." And my friend's like, "Okay, I just want to make sure you're good because she wasn't live." It's like, damn, have I really got that noticed?
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus
Sounds like
Christ.
it.
I'm like, interesting. I'm like, thank you. I didn't realize I got that noticed at all. That you was slightly worried that because I wasn't live. I was like, thank you for asking, but yes, I'm fine. I'm just taking a mental break right now because I've did a lot of shows for the past 6 months, so I need a
Mhm.
break.
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
real.
and speaking of elevator pitches, what is your elevator pitch for Barricade Brigade, and why should people support it?
So, my pitch, and then I'll let Kay pitch separately because I'm sure they're different. My pitch is so our comic is called Barricade Brigade. It's about a punk band named Hot Watermelon who are defending their local music venue from a corporate monster, only to find out that he's a real monster. There's no subtext. It's just a fun comic about punk music. But if you like punk bands, if you like horror, if you like the X-Files, it's like an episode of the X-Files set to a punk rock soundtrack. And if that sounds enticing, this is the book that you need to pick up.
I'd buy that book.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I've got it. So, yeah, Barricade.
Oh, wait.
Oh, but wait. Ha ha.
Oh wait, there's more.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, yeah, Barricade Brigade is a book about a punk band that is willing to step up and defend their local turf, willing to step up and defend their community, and end up finding out that they might have just turned themselves into part-time monster hunters, but also a punk band. And at this point, I would want to say, like, if you think that sounds good, you should see what happens when they go on tour and then end up heading to what could be the biggest punk festival north of the equator as they make their way to Nestfest in chapter 1, and even more happens. Even more
More
monstrous,
monsters,
more
more
shows,
bands, more
more bands.
shows. Come on.
And I would say too, even if you don't like punk, like, this can still be a book you could like, because punk is a place where punk is an ideology. It is not just a style of music. It is not just clothes. It is an ideology. If you are for everyone, unless you're not for everyone, this is a place you can come get down. And if someone doesn't welcome you in the punk community while you're trying to be welcoming, let me know.
Seriously, let him know, and I'll be in the background hyping him up as he beats the
Yes.
shit out of somebody.
I will. I got no room for fascists. I got no room for bigots. I got no room for any of that. I do not put up with it.
I'll be in the background eating popcorn while you're eating recipe.
Done.
Dude, this is freaking awesome. But wait, there's a B-side to this book. Oh,
Yes, this is art from the first part of Artifacts that you're
Yep.
looking at right now by Evan Johnston. This was from AHA. and this is the story that he's continuing with another 20 pages in uh, Barricade Brigade.
And I know you're thinking, but wait, Chris's, I don't have issue 0 or Aha. Have I got good news for you? That we've got a catch-up tier, so you can get Chapter 1 and the issue 0 of Barricade Brigade. You can add on a limited number of physical copy of Aha, because we don't have an unlimited supply of these.
Yep.
And we don't have an unlimited supply of these. So if you are like, I'm ready to jump all in on the CHK Comics thing, do it now, because we're going to have to do reprints soon. So if you want like an OG copy of either one of these books along with issue 1 of Barricade Brigade, this is the time to get those, because I would assume that by the time we get to Chapter 2, we'll be out of the first printing of 0 and of Aha, because we've both got events between now and then. So I love that you have 1876 there, coincidentally, because Hot Watermelon is going to this giant music festival. We said, why do we have to create all of the bands? Why don't we just message real life bands and say, hey, we want to put you in our comic, and see what happens? And so we reached out, we came up with a list of, I don't know, like 15, 20 different bands. Some are national acts, some are local to Kay, some are local to me. And we just said, hey, here's what we're doing. We would love for you to be a part of it. And almost every single band said resoundingly, like, hell yes, that's awesome. What do you need from me? And so some bands are being drawn in, like 1876 is there. Some bands or all of the bands are going to be, I'm putting together a Nest Fest poster that's also available as an add-on or in the VIP package. And it's got all their logos on it, which is awesome, because it's got, you know, fake bands that we made up. It's got bands from other indie comics, where I reached out to some of the creators that I know, and I was like, hey, your comic has a band in it. Can I put them in our comic? Because at the end of the day, for me, it's all about like raising the entire water for the indie comic community. It's not just, I want my book to be on top. It's, I want all of our books to be on top. I want people to be talking about the indie comic scene more than they're talking about Marvel or DC. And yes, that's insane and like really big swing, but like as a community, we're bigger than the big two are. So, and like if you want heart and soul and passion and sleepless nights and literal like blood and sweat and tears that have gone into books that are being created, the indie comic scene is where you're going to find those books. So I want to do that's why I started my show, and I push as much as I do for my show, because like I only ever want to signal boost other creators. So including indie comics bands in our indie comic is a fun way to be able to say, hey, here's all these bands on this poster. And oh, by the way, there's going to be a page that has, you know, if you want to see more from these bands, like, and listen to their music in real life, here's their social media handles. If you think that this band name is cool, go check out this comic by this creator. So like we're trying to signal boost even with doing that, and also like just having a bunch of like we're trying to build the community. And I think that goes back to both of us being part of the punk scene, you know, coming up through high school and college, is like, it is a community. Like the shows that everybody stops to pick up the kid that fell in the pit, which is usually me, by the way. Like the shows that people stop to pick me up, great. The shows that nobody stops to pick me up, I have a soured expression or memory from that show, as opposed to the one where I did get picked up. So like, we're just trying to pick up as many people as we can.
I got plenty of monsters in my comic universe, so if you want to pay homage, I want to let them too.
Sweet.
Especially love demons and shapeshifters.
Hell yeah.
I know these guys because I'm currently talking to them now.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I think Evan has been John Cena on the campaign.
Yep, just yeah.
This is so cool. The link of this Kickstarter is in the description of this video while you're watching this. And it has
And
8 days left, so you still got some time to get some more stretch goals.
Yeah.
worth mentioning, there is a VIP reward tier that there are items that are in that VIP package, I'll say, that are not available as individual add-ons.
Yep.
So like when you go to a music festival, you usually don't get a paper ticket. If you're a VIP, you get a lanyard. And we said, cool, let's have a Nest Fest lanyard. So that like that's part of this thing. We've got a custom guitar pick, which this is from our first chapter, the like issue 0. So we're gonna do a different
Awesome.
design. It's got the CHK logo on the back. So we're going to do a different design for a custom pick that goes with the VIP package. Kay is learning how to screen print, and it's going to be screen printing t-shirts that are available as add-ons, and also patches that you can get as part, the patch is part of the VIP package as well. So like there's a whole lot that are in there. You can't just add the lanyard, because if you're going to a show, you have to be a VIP to get the VIP lanyard. We're applying that same mentality to that reward tier.
Oh, hell, since you screen printing, I can just contact you and pay you to print my shirts.
I mean, if I can learn how to do it well enough, I would not be opposed. Also, worth mentioning, we have Alyssa from Dreaded Crochet Creations that is making handmade crocheted plushies of monsters based on the monsters in Barricade Brigade. I think there might be just one left of those right now. So if you're into plushies, then she makes some really cool stuff. I would highly recommend getting that. I actually bought one of hers at a con, and it was like a cat, but it had a butthole, and I thought that was so great.
Oh my!
And I was like, my wife is gonna love this, and I brought it home, and my wife loved this cat with a butthole. And so, if you like plushies and weird stuff, you found the people that are gonna find the people.
That's us.
I actually have monster plushies in the works too. So.
Nice.
I'm just gonna keep that to myself right now because I don't want to tease it until I have them in my hand so I can show you.
Yeah.
But I will say I do have monster plushies coming down the pipeline as well.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we really approached it like if we were in a band, like if we're part of the Hot Watermelon crew, what would be at our merch table? And so like thinking of that, we've got buttons, we've got patches, we've got t-shirts, we've got posters for Nest Fest that you can add on. I know I'm forgetting something.
Stickers.
We've got stickers. So like there's a lot of stuff. We just threw it out there to try, but like we've had a bunch of people back the book plate.
Yep.
Where we're both gonna sign it. So like we gotta finalize that design.
We gotta get that design done, and then they'll ship to me and I'll ship them to Chris so they can go out with all the books that.
Yeah. We should probably
wait
on that too.
Yes, we should. Number one. Number two, we have a huge one that we haven't talked about. One of the real bands that is in the book, the Antibodies, did a song for us. And we are putting that is available as an add-on as a single-sided 7-inch record.
Yeah.
That is watermelon green.
What?
Yes. So we've got a record that's available of this song that they did for us.
And it's freaking awesome.
Heck?
Yeah. It's a great song.
Dude, y'all better freaking back this freaking book. I'm just saying. They got
and it's
awesome
happening because we just hit funding today. So
just today.
Just today. So now's the time to just bump it, share it,
guys,
tell your mom and them about
left.
it.
Tell your grandpas, tell your ancestors,
That's
tell your
right.
future grandkids.
Tell your high school English teacher, because I know they'd
Yes.
be into it. Like, let's go.
Dude,
I did have a weird English teacher in high
tell
school.
a random stranger on the street about it.
Yeah.
Because you never know. They might love punk rock. So
Yeah.
man, and the link, like I said, the link is in the description of this video while you guys are watching. And so that was freaking awesome. Let's get back to some tangents now.
Yeah.
I like to have some fun after we get through the work part. Now just have some fun a bit. Well, first I forgot to ask this question. What's like the biggest challenge running an independent comic company and like being your own, basically being your own boss for you guys?
Oof.
Then we get to the fun part. I just want to get that out.
Okay. I think the hardest part has been handling some of the logistics that people don't think about.
Yes.
And that goes for both Barricade Brigade, which is just the two of us, but also, and even more so, doing an anthology, because that was
More
an
cats.
experience. I mean, we've got so many more people that you have to worry about, and you got to be there to answer their questions and talk on social media, and you got to edit, and you got to put in your own work to it. And it was a lot. It was a huge learning experience. The next one we do, we're going to do even better on our end, on the backside, that no one that's out and reading the book is going to see, because we learned a lot and we are doing our best to be ever onward and upward.
Yeah, it's the logistics. It's the, like, we're not just creators anymore. Now we're more like project managers. So a lot of because Kay is working on all of the art, and like my part for the book of like scripting everything has been done for 6 months. So I'm doing a lot of the, like, I run the Kickstarter, I do the updates, like anything written on, well, almost anything written that comes out from CHK is in my voice.
Yep.
And so like, I'm the one that does all that stuff because I know he doesn't have the time. Like he's literally, like, I'm cracking whips, texting him like, hey, where are we at? Where are pencils at? Where are inks at? What's coloring look like? How many pages do you have done? Are you done yet? Can you send it to me? Where are the pages at? And like, I know that art takes time. So we gave ourselves a realistic fulfillment schedule, letting backers know, like, hey, you're probably not going to get this until January of 2027, because we don't want to rush the process. And so, like, making that decision, I'm constantly thinking, like, okay, so if it takes him X amount of time to do a page, multiply that by 86, Evan will be done with his 20 by the time our 86 are done. So then we can compile the PDF, which Kay normally does the formatting because he works with the printers. So he's handling a lot of the, like, vendor logistics, whereas I'm like, I hand pressed every button that we've sent out so far at my library. Like the stickers, almost all of those, like, I coordinated with one of my show partners to be like, hey, we're making more stickers. And they're like, okay, don't pay for it. Here they are. And so, like, I get to enjoy those benefits because I've made that connection through my show. So it really does balance out between the two of us of what he handles versus what I handle. But I try and take on as much as possible because I know, like, he has pages that are blank and those need to be full of art. And so instead of pulling away from that, I'm like, okay, I need to send an update. I need to message bands to get them to send us their logos. I need to coordinate this. I need to put the poster together. I need to send another update. I need to work with this. Like, I need to reach out to a couple podcasts to get that scheduled. And so it's a lot of just like the admin stuff that new creators think, oh, I just need to write the script and buy or like pay an artist for the sequential arts. And then I have it and then I send it to the printer and then I have a comic. Cool. But like, what do you do when you've got 60 issues of your, like 60 copies of your comics sitting in your office? Like now you got to sell them. So how do you sell them? Well, you go on podcasts and you do vending at Comic-Cons and you try and figure out how to set up a website, which is not easy. And like, you do all of those things. And a lot of that stuff is stuff that I'm totally comfortable doing. So I handle a lot of the behind the scenes and also the voice of, because all the updates I've written and a lot of this longer social media posts that we do, like I'm writing those, and that's totally fine because again, I'm trying to take on as much as possible to free up as much time as possible for Case so that he can focus on putting out a really badass book. And he's been putting in the work, and like the artwork is steps and steps past what he did in issue 0. So I'm really excited to see as we go into space, as we see more monsters, as we see the festival happening with real bands drawn into the book, which isn't easy to create a real life reference in art. And he's doing it not just for one band, but like for at least 2, maybe 3.
It's more like 6 or 7 that are really going to be in the book.
He's doing a lot.
Even more. Wow.
Yeah.
So like
there's 3 people that are in this book because they backed the Woo Guy tier for 0.
Is it just the 3? Or do we only do 3 on 0?
I think it was just 3 on that one. And then it was 5 for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And all 5 of those have gone now. So you can't be drawn into chapter 2 because that's already taken. But you can still get the VIP package.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, that's literally how I am with my stuff. Because I'm literally writing everything, like from posting it to sharing it to getting on podcasts, doing my own podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then because my artist, she updates me on that. I know she has a lot going on too. So I was like, okay, let me make this update with my new comic Skin Shifter coming out on Kickstarter August 25th. We're like, she's 18 pages left to do for the full book to be done. And I was like, oh, we're almost done. So I'm like, I'm gonna launch it in August. And it's like, I was hoping like having it out by like October to like the potential backers and everything, because I'm confident it's gonna fund. But Dem's like, might need to push it just to give more time a bit. But but a friend of mine named Rogo, he actually did. I met him on a show. First time meeting this guy. After that show, he messaged me asking me if he could do like a cover, like fan art for my book.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I just met you. Like, I just met you. Why do you? I'm like, whoa. I'm like, why you want to draw my character? He's like, dude, I freaking love horror, and your story sounds amazing. And it was like, sure, but how much I owe you? He said, no, I just want to freaking draw it and do something for you because I freaking love your story. All the thing I asked for, you just share it around. They help me with my project. I was like, are you sure I can legit pay you for the freaking cover? He said, no, payment. I want just to share it around, this credit and everything. I'm like,
that's dope.
Oh, okay. And then next thing I know, he's done my multiple arts for me now. And then he asked me if he could print my character out on like stickers they can sell at conventions, like for him to get money. I was like, yes, hell yes, do it. And then he offered to sell my books at conventions. And I was like, I just freaking met you, dude. You don't even know me, but you want to sell my freaking book at a horror convention, at conventions, period. And he said, yeah. I was like, this dude right here is something else. I just met the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so we make the deal so he can make character designs of my character and sell my stickers and he make money back while selling my books, and that profit comes to me. And I'm like, dude, we just freaking met, and you're practically my salesperson in my company now. I was like, so now I can't make it to conventions. I can just ship the books to him, and he lets me know the convention date. So I'm like, well, that's a freaking pressure off me a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, what the world? I'm like, the indie community is so freaking beautiful. I'm learning different aspects of it now. I was like, this guy, I just met him like 5 minutes ago on a freaking live stream. The show we just came on together. And now he's gonna sell my books at a freaking convention, and I can't make it to him just yet. I can just mail them to him. And I was like, the indie community is freaking awesome because none of these corporations do any of this at all.
No.
Nope.
So that's why I was saying indie is the new Hollywood, because we're trying to take these assholes out. I mean, completely out, because we're actually more about community and helping each other and building each other up. And like, it's competition, but it's more of a friendly competition because we joke around with each other and still buy each other's books.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah. Indie creators passing around the same $20 bill.
Yeah.
Is so ridiculous.
Oh my God. It's so true. Because when I tell you I legit have a dresser of indie comics, I have to get another dresser at this point. So I'm like, you supported me, I'm gonna support you. And then next thing I know, my Kickstarter launches, it's funded in like a couple hours. I'm like, fuck, damn,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
literally how my first Kickstarter was, my Arcfire issue 1 and 2. And like I had a really good first day. It was like halfway funded the first day. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's dope.
And then I was on the show, it was fully funded. And then I just got extra funds. So I'm like, wow, what the heck just happened? I was like, this actually just freaking happened. Oh my
Yep.
God. So that's why I'm like, I'm really excited for Skin Shifter because this is my first time doing variant cover. And then bringing Rogo on, he actually helped me get more following on my pre-launch page than I have ever had on a pre-launch page. And this is my technically my third Kickstarter because my second one was Halloween. It didn't fund, but that was fine. And like, it just wasn't the time for it. So I'm like, that
Mhm.
book's not canceled. It's just delayed till later down the pipeline. And so, plus, I launched it on Friday the 13th, and then I got very sick after that. And I'm like, that's a horrible sign.
Well,
Okay. So I was like, I wasn't discouraged about it. I was like, okay, that's one the right time for it. Like, it's good. It's just in my still on my shelf, and now I'm gonna make it even better. Now, learning from what my mistakes I from that, I was like, now I'm gonna revamp the story, get a
yep.
new
Mhm.
cover, and see what I can spice it up more
Yeah.
to see what I can do better with it now. Because now, when I'm legit reading back my old script, I was like, I can do something better than this.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like. And then I had like a random nightmare one day, and it was a great idea. I woke up, I said, "Oh, that's a great idea. I can add that to Halloween." I was like, a normal person would be terrified how to turn the lights on. But me, I woke up with a new story idea for Halloween. And went
Bro,
straight back to sleep after writing the idea out.
yeah. Yeah, I love voice notes because when I'm half asleep at 3 a.m. and I wake up after a dream like that, there's no way I can type everything, but I can
Oh my God,
absolutely hit a
yes.
microphone and just record it. And then the next morning be like, what the hell was I dreaming? I don't, where did that come from? Yeah, do you have a pre launch page up?
I do. I do have my pre-launch page up. I gotta go back to work for a split second, guys. Since Chris brought it up.
Do it.
Let me find it right quick. Where are you? Oh, seriously. But this is Skin Shifter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on my novel I wrote a couple years ago called Jackal Bunny. It's legit a say shape shifting alter ego type of story. Like if you like, I don't know if you're like a wrestling fan, but if you know that Bray Wyatt,
Yep.
how his Fiend and his Bray Wyatt, that's how I base my character off of him. He's one of my biggest inspiration. Rest in peace to him.
Okay.
Well, Skin Shifter is about a girl named Amaya Fitzgerald. You know, she's just like regular college student trying to keep her grades up and live a normal life. But for some odd reason, she's being stalked by this entity as known as the Jackal Bunny. But the thing is, the Jackal Bunny is the alter ego of a girl named Sabrina Jackal. And as
Cool.
you learn in the story, Sabrina is sent from hell by a prince of hell called the Corpus Fiend, trying to capture the soul of Maya. And you're going on this like cat and mouse journey, trying to figure out, okay, why does he want her soul so bad? Like, what is so important to him that he wants her so badly, but for some reason he cannot get her, so he sent the Jackal Bunny. And but that's also a thing. The Jackal Bunny and Sabrina Jackal are two different entities. I will not go into detail because that's a spoiler. I want you to experience.
Yeah.
But I will explain, probably not in chapter 1, but there is a graphic novel version coming down, like hopefully next Halloween season 2027. That will show you the full first arc of Skin Shifter, and I will explain how Sabrina Jackal and Jackal Bunny are two different entities, and how their stories collided together, how they became the Skin Shifter.
Sweet.
That's cool.
um, yeah, my novel Jackal Bunny came. I wrote it. I brought it like 3 years ago now, 2023, and going back and rereading it, I was like, I'm gonna change this up in the comic. I was like, I can, and I was like, that's like the first 7 chapters. It's legit what Skin Shifter chapter 1 is of the Jackal Bunny book. So that's the same. But after that, in the graphic novel, I am changing it up a bit to add more lore, to fix up some issues that I think that was not too smooth, if that makes sense. And this is the main cover by my main artist, Daya. She's freaking amazing. She's working her ass off on this freaking book, and I'd say this is like one of my favorite stories I've written so far. And I wanted to like a gothic horror, supernatural, psychological thriller book. And yes,
Mm.
it's like yes, that's literally what it is. It's a long tagline. Because when I'm writing, I mix different genres together to make my own original idea.
Yeah.
And this one is this is one of the variants I just added because I thought about it. I was like, oh, this I forgot I had this cover because this cover was made like 2 years ago. And I was like, oh shoot, yes, I need to bring this into the cover. I need to sell this one too. By
Yeah.
my friend Ruth Goldstein. She is such a badass too. She did this freaking cover, and here's some a little bit of the art. It's kind of cartoonish, but Daya is so smart. She start the comic out a little bit cartoonish, but when you get to like certain parts, the style changes for a reason. I will say
Oh,
that.
sweet.
It's basically like a horror movie where it starts out normal, like having a good day, and then the color tone changes to start because you know something's about to happen. And
Yeah.
so that's how she basically approached this book. Like you start out normal, but then something happens or about to happen.
Yeah.
And that's my good friend right there, Daya. She's legit my best friend. She's freaking badass. We met about 4 years ago now. We've been friends for 4 years. We met by accident, as I say, because we was in an independent movie studio's Discord. I did a voiceover for that studio, and one day she posted her art in one of their channels, and I saw it that day, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" And so I messaged her about. I messaged her like a normal person. Hey, how are you? And stuff like that. And then I asked the question. My business mind started clicking. I was like, do you by chance do comics? She said, as a matter of fact, I do. And then rest is history. Now we're working together.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
And so it wasn't as awkward as you guys with the FaceTime. But I can't wait to bring this book out. I can't wait to finish it and print it and I'm excited for it. And I'm excited for you guys' book too.
Thank you.
So let's get to some fun stuff before we hop off. First off, we talked about Doom. I want to talk about some DC. I don't know if you kept up with like the James Gunn DC universe so far.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm excited for Clayface because like I said, I'm a horror fan. I was like a huge
Mhm.
horror fan.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
And the vision between with the Supergirl that came out and the Superman, I was like, I enjoyed both. I'm like, why the hell? It's like one side I say this is the most accurate Superman. I'm like, no, my Man of Steel is the most accurate. I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't like both of them.
Yeah. Both
Yeah,
good.
why can't you like
I don't
both?
care.
Like,
I was like, I don't care who's accurate. If they can act and have a good freaking movie, I don't freaking care.
Yeah.
And then the Supergirl movie came out. Somebody is woke and stuff. I was like, it's not, but okay.
There,
Like,
listen.
y'all don't even know what that word means. Y'all just say it as it's a
Right.
trend. It's just a
Uh-huh.
hatred.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
a
legit when I saw
buzzword.
that movie, I was like, the movie is fine. I was like, granted, it kind of felt a bit fast for me because it didn't really get me into the caring for the characters.
Mm.
I'm like, honestly, the villain felt underwhelming. He didn't feel like he was ugly as hell. I get that, but he didn't really feel like a convincing. Like I said, I'm a big villain guy, but he didn't really feel like a convincing villain for me. He felt
Yeah.
flat for me. Lobo was freaking hilarious, but I feel like Lobo was just placed there as a filler for me. If you take him out, it'd be the same movie. It
Yeah.
just felt weird a bit. But what are you guys' takes on this universe? So, you think it's an improvement? Do you think it's
so I haven't seen Supergirl yet. I really want to. I absolutely loved Superman though. I think the things that make Superman a character that's worth continuing are what gets hit in that movie. The fact that he is trying so hard to be human, the fact that he can be hurt, and that it's not always physical hurt. It's emotional. It's the stuff that you wouldn't think could take someone that's that close to indestructible down, like words and ideas, and that's what hurts it. I think that's what makes Superman interesting to me. I don't really care about how indestructible he is.
yeah?
I mean, flying would be cool. Let's
That's fact.
Yeah.
like,
Let's just be real. Yeah.
yes, if I could fly to work instead of, first of all, would I work where I work? Probably not. I'd probably work somewhere cooler that's further away because I could fly there.
Yeah.
Oh
That's,
my
I
god,
mean,
yeah.
but that's not what makes Superman cool. Like, same thing for Batman. Like, he's got all these toys and he's using this money, and it's completely illogical because no person that's that rich in this world would actually do those things and try to make things better. But the fact that he's doing those things because of how badly he hurt are what makes Batman Batman.
Hmm.
He's hiding more than himself in those shadows, I guess is what I'm getting at. Same thing with Superman. Like, he is an emotional character. He is feeling the loss of his home, even though he's never really known it. He's feeling the loss of those parents. He's feeling alienated for, like, that's kind of a perfect word.
Kind of, yeah.
Every
Because
pun intended.
he
Like,
is
every pun
actually an
intended,
alien.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, pun actually works here. I'm gonna leave it. So I expect the same out of
I'm gonna
Supergirl.
use
And
that. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna use that. That can actually
no, you're
works with
good. You're
Superman
good.
because he is an alien. And he's alienated. So it actually
Yes.
makes yeah.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
And the dudes that are like, Millie Alcock she's not as pretty as such, like, first off, number one, she is a beautiful woman.
Facts.
You picked one picture that was in the middle of an action sequence. Number two, no one my age and older should be discussing how hot she is with the intent that these guys are discussing it with, because that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
So, dude, when I tell you, when I saw those comments on Facebook, and
Mhm.
Instagram, I politely took a screenshot of that person's profile, put a reply. I was like, I know yo dumbass ain't talking about it. I was like, that's how petty I am. That's how petty
yes,
I will have to
like,
do.
have you seen yourself?
I'm saying,
Because
you got no freaking teeth, but you want to talk about ugly. But that's a whole different rant. But
yeah,
well, continue.
yeah.
I'm not for the trouble right now. We're having some fun.
No,
We're having some
you're
fun.
good. You're good. But yeah, like, everything. I mean, I've watched her in House of the Dragon. Everything
God,
I've seen
dude,
her in, she is so good.
she's so good.
She is so good. She has every right to play Supergirl. And based off of Woman of Tomorrow, like, come on. That's a top tier movie or
I
top
will
tier
say,
story.
they kind of loosely based it on Woman of
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
that's what I've heard.
Because
Is it's
yeah,
not
it
like,
wasn't fully Woman of
yeah,
Tomorrow, which was fine because the
yeah.
way the DC is going, it makes sense why it's not
Mm.
like a full adaptation of it. But I think they took out the core story point to put in the movie that actually made sense for what they written.
Gotcha.
So I think
That's
they took
unfortunate.
inspiration of
Yeah.
which was actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. But it wasn't a full fledged story. But I actually read that one. I can actually say I read that one. That was such a beautiful story, and I can actually say that I can tell they took points from that book and just
Mhm.
added to their own design of what they wanted their direction to go. If that makes
Gotcha.
sense.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah.
I think that's also the reason why people hated it because they had too much expectation that it's going to be the exact adaptation of that. I mean, that's the problem with people these days. I'm like, why do y'all
Yes.
expect the same freaking thing from one material to? I'm just like, if you want that, go read the freaking book. Go read the.
Go
Yeah.
read the comic. Yeah.
I
Read the
mean,
source
yeah,
material.
go
if
read the
that's what you want.
comic. To me, that's no different. This whole it's not comic accurate. It's not comic accurate. It's no different than I don't want to hear a cover of a song from a band that I really like done
Yeah.
by another band that's really good that sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah,
playing it note for note, I'll just go listen to the record.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If
Thank
Johnny
you.
Cash had done Hurt and it sounded like the Nine Inch Nails version, it wouldn't
Yes.
be the incredible song that it did.
Yeah.
No.
Like even Trent Reznor was like, his is better.
Yeah.
His is better.
Yeah, it's his song now. Like,
Yep.
there's a completely different kind of hurt behind it. It should be different. A piece of art that is interpreted by a different artist should have a different voice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It just should.
That's legit how I am with my story. Because from Jacoboni to the comic, I legit changed it up from the novel to the comic. Whereas my work is just a different adaptation. Like parts of it is the same as the book, but I tweaked it in order to make it smoother and to make it better than the book.
Yeah.
Like same story plots, it just made it differently because I'm a better writer than I was the first time I wrote the story.
I love that James Gunn is posting on his social media, like actually sitting in a director chair or on set and reading comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he went to Free Comic Book Day and was like doing signings and stuff and wanted to pick up comics. And like took went live as he's walking through the comic book shop, like, oh, this is a great time. I want to pick this up and read. Like, he's not just making comic book related movies in a vacuum. Like, he's actually reading comics. He understands why good stories are good. Mm-hmm. And I think that more than anything else, it doesn't matter to me like what actor or actress you put in a specific role. I don't care, other than RDJ is Doom, because don't. But like, for me, that doesn't matter. I just want to know that you're telling a good story that you give a shit about. Like, I think that's why Peacemaker worked. Yes, John Cena crushed as Peacemaker.
Absolutely.
And also, the beats of like...
I just really disliked the season 2 premiere because that scene, God, that was disgusting.
Well,
that's the only part I was like, I get you're trying to tell us who he is, but you could have done that so much less weird than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only part I did not like because it felt cringe. But John Cena was freaking hilarious.
So good.
I'm so ready for him to come back. I want that team back so bad, though. Please continue. I was like, oh, that image could not get in my head for a good week and a half. I was like, why did they have to? And then they zoomed in on it. Like, come on, James. What the crap, dude?
So have you watched The Boys?
Yes, I have.
On Prime? Because, what was that, season 3?
I said the same thing with The Boys. That's the thing.
Fair. Okay. All right.
Why? I didn't want to see that. But
that's fantastic.
But not gonna lie, I stopped watching The Boys after season 1. Honestly, I watched like a few episodes of season 2, but I kind of lost interest in it. It kind of just felt repetitive at times. It didn't really feel like it really progressed for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna go sit and watch the whole season. I'm just gonna skip to the series finale because I know exactly what's about to happen anyway. So as soon as I turned on the series finale, I pinpointed everything that happened. I was like, and I read what happened. I was like, oh hell, I was right. I don't have to watch the season.
All right, nailed it.
So, but that ending of The Boys was kind of weird, but at the same time, it's kind of poetic.
It felt full circle.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I was like, I see people hated it, but I was like, I hate it. I actually understand it. Because it was still kind of funny. But the line when Homelander was begging, I was like, I'll suck your dick and shit. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
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 I was not expecting that line whatsoever. I was expecting something more like crazy. But dang, okay.
Yeah, they pushed a lot of limits.
Yeah, they did.
But that's like the comic. So, all right.
Yeah. But if you could collaborate with any comic creator, dead or alive, who would you want to work with?
Dead or alive? Dang.
Yeah.
So anybody that has ever heard me talk about comics at all knows who I'm about to say. I would absolutely choose Matt Kindt. The way that he creates comics is so far beyond how a lot of creators are thinking and operating in the space right now. With what he's doing, with how he's telling stories, with like the layering of information and misinformation and things that throw back or tie back or look forward or mislead you. Like the way that he structures a story is just like, I don't know anybody else is doing that. And I would love to create something with him just to see how he thinks about creating something new and like how that comes to be. And he's an artist as well. So like he's a full one-man show if he wants to be. So if he could do the art for a comic that I helped write, like that would be like, okay, well, I'm done in comics now. I don't know how much further I can go with this.
Man, that's a hard question. Also, a great answer.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's better than mine.
I am stuck at a tie, and both of mine are dead. How about that?
Woof.
Wow.
Yeah. I would love to do something with either Wally Wood or Jack Kirby.
I knew you were going to say Kirby.
Mine was Jack Kirby, actually. I was like, mine was Jack Kirby, the guy who wrote Hellboy.
Mike Mignola.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. Yes, Mike Mignola. Mike Mignola. I freaking love Hellboy. I watched the movies first, obviously, before I found out he was a comic book. So I had to cop a lot of Hellboy movies when I found out about
And there's a lot of Hellboys to be
Law.
had.
Oh man,
Dude, I don't even know how many I have. I just know I have them on my dresser, but I'm definitely got to get some more because I love Hellboy. Yeah, Jack Kirby and Mike Mignola is definitely my hit. Screenwriter wise, I'll probably say no. I probably love to work with James Gunn. I'm not gonna lie, or even Zack Snyder. Because I love both their styles. I'm very like an open-minded person. I don't say I hate something, but I would say I dislike something, tend to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just say it's trash. Well, sometimes I do because I don't like explaining it. I'm talking it's just trash. But if I actually sat down and said, I will explain why I think it's trash and why it would have been better for me this way. Because my brain and my fan brain collide, so I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna. Because I don't go into like watching movies or TV shows with expectation because I just want to have some fun. I work all day. I just want to have some fun.
Yes.
When it comes to storytelling, my brain still clicks. It's like they could have done. I'm like, nope. But I was like, I try to catch myself, but then I'm like, I don't care. It's like they could have done it this way to make it smoother, a smoother transition. You could like with Captain America: Brave New World. You could tell they cut out so many freaking scenes, and it was so obvious. And I was like, that was something right there before they flipped to the scene. And it's like, oh, they should have cleaned that up some more. And it's like, what? I'm like, what? It happens. I know stuff happens. And I was meant to, my name might be Kevin, but I'm not Kevin Feige. I'm quality over quantity with my stuff, so that's why I take my time with everything I do.
See, if we're talking film, I would want. Bear with me here. I would want Guy Ritchie to write it, but I would want Sam Raimi to direct it. Like, give me a Guy Ritchie style movie, but directed with the horror frame of Sam Raimi.
Do you know how good of a horror comedy we would freaking get from them two?
Yeah. Yeah. Snatch meets Evil Dead. Get the fuck out of here.
We're gonna have spy demons.
Yeah, you're gonna have like a heist from hell, and there's gonna be demons and angels that are fighting as like there's fast talking, just like charlatans on the side.
We're gonna have a demon in the fancy British hats and like them cloaks and the long freaking cloaks, red eyes, demon teeth.
Yeah,
some long freaking ears, and his horns probably gonna come through the hat.
Yep.
I can see it.
Yeah,
now.
dude. Yeah, they're absolutely coming through a fedora and curling back. Yeah, there's no getting that hat off.
And then the movie's gonna be down Jason Statham versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, Jason Statham and Bruce Campbell end up being like buddy cops in the whole thing. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, crash cuts with the like Sam Raimi push zoom that he does.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
I
give me that.
Them both. I want to. If I ever hear an announcement that Guy Ritchie and Sam Raimi's doing a movie, I'm like, I don't care for the plot. I don't care for the trailer. I'm sold.
I'm in. Yeah.
I'm sold.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'll travel to Georgia or to Europe or whatever to audition for it. Like that's okay. All right.
And do you have like a screenwriter that you want to collaborate, Chris?
Oh man.
The other Chris?
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I'm just going straight into the darkness with him.
Yes. I love his Frankenstein. I love his Hellboy.
Yes.
I love his shoot. What was the Labyrinth? Love those. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
It's so funny to hear him talk about it because he's so like joyful and I just like why not have a monster with eyes in his hands? And so we did that thing. And
so Del Toro is legit. I feel like Del Toro is legit my spirit person because no matter how old I would get, I would be just like him being a kid and just explaining how awesome stuff is. That's the point. It doesn't matter how big I'll get someday or like how much money I make. You would never know that I have a lot of money because I'll be like Del Toro mixed with Adam Sandler. I'm wearing casual clothes because I'm and I'm gonna be a huge kid. I was like, I don't care about award shows. I would be Adam Sandler wearing a full-fledged hoodie, some shorts or some jeans, depending on if it's hot or cold. And I was like, I don't really care. I'm just here to have some fun and tell stories. That's literally how my passion is, man. And like, what's your music playlist?
Funny you ask. So we put together a playlist for Barricade Brigade 0, and we treated it as if we each took two characters, and we treated it as if they were picking the music And so we had a lot of fun, and we said we were going to change characters, but like I like picking music for Sarah and Toba.
I love
Because,
it. I love it.
like, with Toba, because he's an indigenous person, as am I, like, it was easy to go, like, indigenous punk and metal. And so that's what's on the playlist. So we've got 1876 with Sarah, because she is, like, the only female in the band. She naturally is going to gravitate towards the femme-punk scene. And so her music was more like all-female bands or female-led bands that are doing the same badassery that she is. And so, like, that was the direction that I took with those two. And then Kay took Five and Mick and Tag.
Okay, so yeah, Mick is loosely based on me. He's Latino like me, also native like me. He's very, very politically charged as an individual. That's why in Zero, they step on stage and it's there you go.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like no room. There's no room for any of that.
yeah. Wow.
We take care of each other. And there you go. Yeah. So he's got
I
a lot
love
of
it.
angry political punk. And then Five
I
is
know.
just like kind of a goofy, fun dude. And he brought a lot of
Wow.
ska influences to that.
Yeah.
So we're doing
and we're
the
going to be
same
doing
thing.
this again.
And it's got to be a longer tape. Their van has a tape deck. Funny. You should maybe not ask, but maybe think about it. So they've got to make longer tapes to go in that tape deck. So expect more playlist.
Yep.
Than the one we gave for Zero.
Are we doubling the number of songs picked by character?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, that's
So that'll give us a 20 song
24?
playlist.
Yeah, 24 songs.
Ah,
We actually do make the playlist, so you can listen to it on Spotify, you can listen to it on Apple Music, and you can listen to it on YouTube if you don't have either of those music services, because everybody has access to YouTube. So we wanted to be as inclusive as we could with making sure that the playlist was heard by everybody.
Yep.
Maybe even throw in some Threlka space rock for Evan.
Yeah. I think Evan needs to be putting something into this playlist.
Yeah.
Jesus, guys.
Yeah.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Flight. No question, no hesitation. Yeah.
That, man, I can't believe that you wouldn't choose what I'm going to choose. Teleportation.
Yeah, no, I want to fly.
No, I don't want to fly.
I want to feel the. I want to
Okay,
feel
you
the
want
air.
the sensation of flying. You're not doing it just for the.
It's not purely. Yeah.
It's not about getting there faster.
Yeah.
It's about
no.
the sensation.
Yes, it's about
Okay.
the feeling, the freedom
Okay.
that Warren Worthington III feels when he's flying as Angel. That's what I want.
Okay.
Like the joy and just the like unending happiness that he has as he's able to do all the shit that he does aerially. That's what I want.
Okay. Oh, see, I want to be Nightcrawler.
Yeah, of course you do.
Respect. I love that. Respect.
And you? What's your superpower?
Hell, sometimes it depends on the day. Sometimes it'd be flight because I want to get out and get some air and like just get the breeze in my head, clear my head. Teleportation because I'm tired of people and I just want to get out of the building.
Super fair.
Yeah.
Super speed that I can run out of the building and get away from people.
Sensing a need to get away from people.
It's almost like
Yeah.
you could just have the one ring from Lord of the Rings and slip it on and just.
Yeah. Yes. Most definitely. I would think my superpower would be kind of like Reed Richards' power with the stretching.
Okay.
I know it's weird, but I'm like, I want to be different than everybody else. Well, I would definitely probably because I want Reed Richards' brain, and also I want the stretching power, especially when I'm doing like different projects. I can do this and while I'm doing it at the same time. So, especially if I don't feel like moving out my seat, I can stretch. I get like a cup of water or something from the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but yeah, that probably my definitely superpower.
Super fair.
Yeah.
And if Barricade Brigade became like a movie or animated series, who do you think would like play the characters?
Man,
Like voicing them and act. There's two different things.
that's hard. Jeez.
And it could be anybody, living or dead. It doesn't matter. It's cool.
Okay. Sadie Sink can be confirmed to be Sarah. How about that? Instead of being confirmed to be something in Spider-Man. She's shown the attitude too in Stranger Things of what someone like Sarah would be like. Just tough and able to do things because of that.
I want SLC Punk era Matthew Lillard to be 5,
Yes.
both
Lillard.
acting
I freaking
and
love
voice
Matthew.
acting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he would have that energy that 5 needs.
Mm-hmm.
Tolba. Are you thinking about Mick?
I am.
I love this
Perfect.
so much. I
Yeah,
love this so much.
It's hard because those characters for us are the ones that we see ourselves in the most.
Mm-hmm.
You could play
So
them. You just say yourself then.
yeah, but I wouldn't want to. It'd be easy.
It'd be real easy.
But I think I would want to see someone else bring that character to life.
Mm-hmm.
Graham Greene from the from early in his career when he was doing Dances with Wolves, like as obscure of a movie as that I would bring up ever. But like, yeah, give me like 1990s Graham Greene for Tolba.
That's a good one. And I know he doesn't fit at all with the stature or build, but he's got the ability to bring the attitude, and I think he's someone that would be into it. Henry Cavill as Mick.
What?
Yes,
I thought you
because
were
he
about to
can.
say Danny Trejo,
Like, if you gave me him back in the 80s, yeah, maybe.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just did that with Graham Greene and Matthew Lillard, so
True. I don't know. But no, I can't think of anyone besides that can bring that intensity, though, of like not giving a fuck and gonna do what's right the way that I know Henry Cavill could.
the quiet simmering rage.
Uh-huh. Yes, it's always there, just waiting, and when it
Yep.
comes out, you don't want it to. I mean, seeing him in The Witcher, seeing him the way he played Superman, that level of doing the right thing.
And speaking of The Witcher, I watched the new season. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, with Liam Hemsworth as Geralt.
Mhm.
He does not fit whatsoever.
Hmm.
Dude, Henry Cavill was Geralt.
Yeah.
And then watching the 4th season with Liam Hemsworth, I was like, I'm only watching this just because I've been here since the beginning and I want to know how the story ends. And
I
was
hate
like,
that feeling.
And I was like, Liam can't even say the word fuck right as Geralt. I was like, if you can't get that right, this is just wrong. But you couldn't even get the grunt right either. And things like it feels like you're forcing the deep voice of Geralt. Whereas Henry was just freaking natural.
I'm on a show.
And it was so freaking weird. But yeah, but I'm going to watch the final season when season 5 comes out just to finish it out. But I don't want to hook guys too much longer. This has been freaking amazing, guys. The Kickstarter of Barricade Brigade is on the link. It's on Kickstarter. The link is in the description of this video. Actually showing the cover right here. Go back. You have 8 days left on the campaign. I forgot one more question. Horror has been on top a lot lately. Since forever. What's your top 3 favorite horror movies? What's your top 3 to 5 favorite horror movies?
Okay, I can go first because I spend a lot of time thinking about this. Because I'm a fan of lists, and as big of a vocal horror fan as I am, people ask me a lot about horror movies. And so the movie that got me into horror is one that I think everybody should see because it's the one that hooked me, and it's Psycho, but from Alfred Hitchcock, the original black and white, because it did so many things that no movie before it had ever done. It was the first time they showed a woman getting murdered on screen. It just is like, anytime I see it or come across it, I stop and watch it. So that one is the one that I think everybody should experience. It's also in my top 3 for that same reason. I also love The Descent because the claustrophobic fear of being stuck in caves and not knowing where you're going, and then having those damn monsters show up is just incredible. And like the fake out ending, all of it is just like, I love that damn movie.
Dude, you bring me some memories back to me because I forgot about those two movies. I just forgot how it made me feel. I'm like, man. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh shit, yes.
Sweaty palms. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Tightness in your chest.
I'm sorry cutting you off. You just bringing memories back to me, man.
The third one rotates by the day, honestly. So today, as of right now, the third one I would say is Cloverfield, because I love found footage as just a subgenre, but also I love that it does such a great job of not showing the monster until like the last minute of the movie, that the entire time only seeing glimpses of it make it even more terrifying because your imagination is just running out of control. Right. And so like you're filling in what that monster is, and then you finally see it and you're like, oh shit, that's so much weirder. And so I love that movie for that reason, and it's really effective found footage. And then if we're doing bonus 2, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, because I love Freddy, and Evil Dead 2 more than Evil Dead 1, because Evil Dead 2 I feel like leaned into what Evil Dead 1 was, and they just did it a little bit better. And so I really enjoy, like, I love Army of Darkness, but I can't consider that a horror movie at all. It's a comedy movie. Yeah, if you could consider it horror, I would include it, but Evil Dead 2
I would consider horror because it's called
yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm up. I'm going to start with probably my favorite of all time, the original black and white Night of the Living Dead. That's also you need to experience it, and I would love to say people should experience it the way I got to for my first time. It was the middle of summer, and it was the middle of the night when it came on, and I just happened to find it. Perfect. So I'm sitting there with my little 13-inch black and white screen going, because it's black and white. I mean, it was a color TV, but it was playing in black and white. Just having my little mind blown.
TV this big.
Yes. Yeah. Just mind blown at what was being done on black and white film. I think number 2. Geez, this gets harder and harder as you make me pick more and more.
Yep.
I'm gonna say.
Well, you guys put me on the spot, so I have to.
That's true. That's true. Just to go all out body horror that's never been done as well, I think The Thing.
Oh
yes,
The Thing. Yes. So fucking good. And I'm not like a blood and guts kind of horror guy. I'm much more like hiding in the shadow, mystery. Something is truly scary, not just like blood for the sake of blood, but The Thing is just so good. It's so good.
I'm more attached to the story because I feel like the story is more intensifies. It's have blood and gore, but I want the blood and gore to go with the story.
It's got to mean something.
Yes,
yeah. That's why I don't get like Terrifier.
Yeah,
like I don't get it like I still watch the Terrifier movies because I'm a horror fan. So I've seen all the Saw movies, but they call it torture porn because it's torture. Porn.
The first Saw was good.
The first one was good.
The first one was fantastic.
I will stand on that mountain forever. The first Saw was incredible. But then the further once you got out of the house in the second one, and then the third one is where they started getting into that like horror porn, and that's when Hostel came out, and that was just horror porn, and like fuck all that shit. That's nonsense.
Yeah, that's not horror. I'm gonna say third, just because of the amount of a moment it created, and it also, again, it does the claustrophobic thing, but it does it in a place that wouldn't necessarily actually be closing in on you. Blair Witch.
Yeah, called it.
Oh my god.
because you're not being closed in on by
Yes.
the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also have the constant mystery of, is the witch real?
Yep. And that damn marketing that
Yeah.
they did for that
That
movie.
marketing
Oh
was
my
terrifying.
God. Everyone thought it was real.
Yeah.
For the longest time, there were
Yeah.
warnings going into the movie theaters because of not just that, but also the fact that you might get sick watching this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
Yeah, that put found footage back. Like, it had been
yeah,
around, but that put it on the map
yeah,
permanently.
it really did.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been the biggest fan of found footage, but Blair Witch had me. I'm not gonna forget about it. Blair Witch
Mm-hmm.
had me. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not a fan of certain found footage because sometimes, depending on the production of the movie, you feel like it just feels jumpy and it doesn't really grab me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, literally, exactly like that. Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, exactly like
Yes.
that. Like something like that. I was like, you just annoying. You really annoying me and want me to turn you off right now. But yeah, nervous guy.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's a solid list.
Yeah. Thanks.
And I also love how none of us said The Exorcist. Exorcist have always been somebody's pick, but none of us said Exorcist.
Always.
So I think it's a fine movie.
It's a
but
good
not
movie.
one
I
of my-
like the movie.
Yeah.
This is not my top favorite.
Yeah. It feels like required viewing if you're going to call yourself a lover of horror.
Yeah.
Like, you have to see where things started and,
Yeah.
you know, what defined the genre early on. Another movie like that, I feel like, is Rosemary's Baby,
Yeah.
because it leaned into the satanic panic of the 70s. And
Mhm.
I'm not crazy about that movie. I watched it and I was like, okay, well, I watched that movie now, so
And I know
Check.
they made a backstory of Rosemary's Baby on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
It was Apartment 7A
Yeah.
or something like that.
Something
I
like
haven't-
that.
I still haven't seen it. I watched the trailer and it got less interested. And I was like,
I thought it was
even
better
though
than
the
Rosemary's Baby,
actress
actually.
in the movie, I love her. I'm like, that might be the reason I watch it just because of her.
Yeah.
mm,
Fair.
But I was like, I might eventually watch it. We'll see.
Better than Rosemary's Baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
I
check
didn't
it
even
out
know it
then.
existed.
Yeah, it came out with 2024?
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. Where can we follow you guys on social media to keep up with your projects and what you guys going on?
So CHK Comics is on Instagram, Thread, and Substack. Substack's where we do our newsletter from. We will not inundate inbox by any means because we think that every bit of space is precious. I am Punk Rock Chris on Substack, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok. That's all my places.
That's good.
And
just
I-
followed the CHK Comics.
I am at Longbox Punk everywhere, primarily Substack, Instagram, and obviously YouTube. I do have Threads and Blue Sky, but I don't do a whole heck of a lot on either of those because it's just too much. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Gotta
Like,
have
it's
it.
just too much.
I mean, that's why we limited
So-
where we're at as CHK Comics, even. It's just too much
Yeah.
to manage it all.
Yeah. So YouTube, I have my Sunday live streams where I talk to indie comic creators about the comics and their process. And then on Substack on Wednesday nights, I do a live stream. It's basically like a weekly video newsletter. I also unbox Kickstarter rewards that have come in. And then occasionally / more regularly now, I have post punks, which are people that have been on my mainstream. They'll join me to talk about new projects there as well. So yeah, Substack I'm doing a lot more on because I'm trying to get away from Meta, but Instagram has me. Like, there's too many artists, there's too many creators to really quit Instagram. So
Yeah, it's very difficult.
yeah.
I'm on Instagram at I am Kevin Davis Official. Facebook, I am Kevin Davis CEO. YouTube is my Kevirsal, which is my publishing company, Kevirsal, Kevirsal, and also Kevirsal.com. You can follow me on, and even on TikTok, I'm Kevirsal as well. Then links are in the description of this video. But guys, Chris, thank you for coming on, guys.
Thanks for
Make sure you
having us.
back this freaking book, guys. This is freaking awesome. And go check out Long Box Punk podcast. It's freaking awesome. And I don't know why I was not subscribed to his YouTube until now. I thought I was, but you gotta go do the same. You can find Kev's Fate on where you listen or watch podcasts. You can find him on YouTube. Find him on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all that gadget stuff that I have to put out there. But this has been Kev's Fate podcast, and yes, there will be a sequel to this episode because I like these guys. But we'll see you guys next time.